Have you ever bought something expensive and convinced yourself it was worth every penny? That it would change your life? Transform you into a better version of yourself? Jake Martinez believed that about a cycling suit. $300. That's what he paid. 3 months of saving every tip from his weekend job at the coffee shop. 3 months of saying no to pizza with friends, to concerts, to everything. All for a sleek, professional-grade cycling suit in matte black with neon green accents. The kind that serious athletes wear. The kind that looks like it belongs in the Olympics. Jake was 19, a sophomore at community college. Not exactly an Olympic athlete, but he was a cyclist. At least in his mind, he rode his bike everywhere. Campus, work, the grocery store, 10 miles a day, easy. And he'd been eyeing this suit online for months. Advanced Japanese fiber technology, the website promised. Aerodynamic design, moisture wicking, UV protection, performance enhancement. Guaranteed. Performance enhancement. Those were the magic words. When it finally arrived, shipped from some warehouse in New Jersey, not Japan, but whatever, Jake tore open the box like it was Christmas morning. The fabric felt expensive, smooth, high-tech. He held it up to the light. The neon green accents seemed to glow. "This is going to be amazing," he whispered to himself. He tried it on immediately, looked in the mirror. The suit hugged his body like a second skin. He looked professional, athletic, fast. His roommate Derek walked past the bathroom and stopped. "Dude, did you seriously spend $300 on spandex?" "It's not spandex," Jake said defensively. "It's performance cycling gear, Japanese technology. It's from New Jersey. The technology is Japanese." Derek shook his head. "Whatever, man. Just don't expect me to take you seriously when you look like a superhero who got his costume at REI." But Jake didn't care. He felt incredible. He looked incredible. Tomorrow, Sunday morning, he'd take his first real ride in the new suit. Show the world what he could do. Sunday morning arrived bright and clear. Perfect cycling weather. Jake put on the suit, checked himself in the mirror one more time, grabbed his bike, and headed out. The city was quiet. Early morning, few cars. The kind of peaceful Sunday when the world feels like it belongs to the early risers. Jake pedaled through his neighborhood, then toward the park trail he loved. The suit felt great. He felt great, like he was gliding, like the suit really was making him faster. $300 well spent, he thought, grinning. He reached the intersection at 5th and Madison. Green light. He started to cross. He didn't see the delivery truck. The truck driver didn't see him. 1 second, Jake was pedaling. The next second, there was a screech of brakes, a moment of impact, and then nothing. No pain, no fear, just sudden, absolute silence. And then Jake opened his eyes. He was lying on the pavement, or hovering slightly above it. Hard to tell. What the hell? He sat up, stood up, looked around. The intersection was crowded now. People everywhere. Someone was shouting. Someone else was on the phone. A woman was crying. "Hey!" Jake called out. "What happened? I'm okay. I'm fine." No one looked at him. "Hey!" He waved his arms. "Can someone tell me what's going on?" Nothing. Not even a glance. Jake walked toward the crowd. They were gathered around something on the ground. He pushed through, or tried to. His hand went right through someone's shoulder. "Whoa!" Jake pulled back, stared at his hand. Then he looked down at the center of the crowd. There was a bike, his bike, mangled. The front wheel bent at an impossible angle. And next to it, a body, his body, wearing the cycling suit, blood on the pavement, eyes closed, not moving. "No," Jake whispered. "No, that can't be." But then he looked down at himself. He was still wearing the suit, perfectly clean, no blood, no damage. He held up his hands, solid, real. He could feel his heartbeat, could feel the morning air. "I'm not dead," he said aloud. "I'm standing right here." He reached out to touch someone. His hand passed through them like they were made of smoke. And that's when it hit him. "Oh my God," Jake breathed. "The suit, the Japanese technology. It's not just aerodynamics, it's invisibility." He stared at his hands again, at the suit, at the neon green accents that seemed to shimmer. The vendor was right. This suit really does have advanced technology. "I'm invisible. I'm actually invisible." Jake looked at the scene around him, the paramedics arriving, the police, his body being loaded onto a stretcher. "This is insane," he muttered. "I mean, I crashed, sure, but the suit protected me. made me quantum, phase shifted, something. He walked away from the scene, trying to process. Okay, think Jake. The suit has some kind of cloaking technology. That's why no one can see me. That's why I can walk through people. It's like that movie. What was it called? Quantum something. He walked down the street, marveling at his situation. People walked right through him. Or he walked through them. Dogs didn't bark. Birds didn't scatter. I'm a ghost, Jake said, then corrected himself. No, not a ghost. I'm invisible. There's a difference. Ghosts are dead. I'm just technologically enhanced. He laughed. A bit manic, but who could blame him? $300, he said to the empty street. Best investment of my life. Jake spent the next few hours testing his powers. First, he went home, walked right through the front door, literally through it. Derek was in the living room playing video games. Derek! Jake shouted. Dude, check this out. Derek didn't even blink. Jake waved his arms in front of the TV screen. Nothing. Interesting, Jake muttered. So I'm invisible to humans and electronic devices. Makes sense. The suit must be emitting some kind of frequency that... He stopped, listened to himself. I sound like a crazy person, he said, then shrugged. But I'm an invisible crazy person, so whatever. He went to his room, looked in the mirror. No reflection. Whoa, Jake waved his hand in front of the mirror. The background moved, but he didn't appear. Okay, so the invisibility extends to reflective surfaces. Total spectrum cloaking. He sat on his bed, or tried to. He kind of hovered on it, like he was sitting but not quite touching. Weird, he said, but probably just the suit adjusting to my quantum state or something. Jake spent the rest of the morning experimenting. He tried to pick up objects, his phone, a book, his coffee mug. Every time, his hand went right through them, or they fell when he tried to grip them. He mused. So the invisibility field creates a phase variance that prevents solid-to-solid contact. Unless it's architectural. I can touch walls and floors, just not movable objects. He was making this up as he went along, but it sounded scientific enough. By afternoon, Jake decided to test the practical applications of his new ability. First stop, the movie theater. He'd always wanted to see movies for free. Now he could just walk right in. He did. Through the front door, past the ticket taker, into Theater 7 where the new superhero movie was playing. He sat down, or hovered in a seat. Close enough. The movie was fine, but watching it alone with no one to share reactions with felt hollow. I'll bring someone next time, he thought, then realized, wait, how would that work? They can't see me. Second stop, the Downtown Art Museum. He'd always meant to visit but never wanted to pay the admission fee. Now, free entry. He walked through the galleries, Renaissance paintings, modern installations, ancient sculptures, beautiful but lonely. Every time he tried to read a plaque, his eyes went through the text, or the text blurred. Hard to tell. Probably need to adjust the suit settings, he reasoned. Third stop, Emma's house. Emma, his crush, the girl from his English lit class. Long brown hair, smile that made his brain stop working. He'd never had the courage to ask her out, but now he could just see her, watch her, learn more about her. Jake walked to her street, found her house. The front door was open. He walked toward it and stopped. Wait, he said to himself. Is this creepy? He stood there for a long moment. Yeah, he finally admitted. This is super creepy. Invisible stalker vibes. Not cool, Jake. He turned around and walked away. At least I have some standards, he muttered. By evening, Jake was getting frustrated. He couldn't eat. He tried. Went to his favorite burger place. Tried to pick up a burger. It fell through his hands. He couldn't text anyone. His fingers went through his phone screen. He couldn't sleep. He didn't feel tired, didn't feel hungry, didn't feel anything physical. This is starting to suck, he admitted. He walked the streets at night. The city looked different, quieter, like he was watching it through glass. People passed by him, laughing, talking, holding hands, living. And Jake felt separate, disconnected, like he was watching a movie of life instead of living it. Maybe the suit has side effects, he thought. Maybe prolonged use causes sensory dampening. I should probably take it off. But when he tried to remove the suit, his hands went through the fabric. Okay, that's weird, he said. The suit won't come off. Must be magnetically sealed, biologically bonded. He was running out of scientific explanations. That's when he saw her. A woman, middle-aged, maybe 45, athletic build, wearing a casual jacket and jeans, standing on the corner, looking directly at him. At him. You can see me? Jake asked, shocked. The woman smiled. I can see you, Jake. How do you know my name? Because I've been looking for you. Jake took a step back. Are you a scientist? Did you make this suit? Is this some kind of corporate espionage thing? The woman laughed. No, Jake, I'm not a scientist, and that suit didn't give you superpowers. Yes, it did. I'm invisible. You're not invisible. Then why can't anyone see me? The woman's expression softened. Because you're dead, Jake. Jake stared at her, then laughed. Nice try. But I'm clearly standing here. I'm breathing. I can think. Dead people don't think. Actually, they do, but we'll get to that. Who are you? My name is Carmen. I'm here to help you. Help me what? Return the suit. I'm keeping it. $300 is non-refundable. Carmen sighed. Jake, listen to me carefully. You died this morning. Bike accident, 5th and Madison. You remember, don't you? Jake's smile faltered. I remember crashing, but I woke up. I'm fine. You didn't wake up. Your consciousness separated from your body. You're in a transitional state. You mean like a coma? No, like death. That's not possible. Why not? Because I just bought this suit. You don't die the first time you wear a $300 cycling suit. That would be the worst timing ever. Carmen's expression flickered between sympathy and amusement. Jake, the universe doesn't care about your shopping decisions. Well, it should. Jake refused to believe Carmen. Look, he said, crossing his arms. I appreciate the whole mysterious stranger thing you've got going on. Very dramatic. But I'm not dead. I'm invisible. There's a huge difference. Carmen raised an eyebrow. Okay, prove it. Prove what? Prove you're invisible and not dead. Easy. Jake pointed at a passing jogger. That guy can't see me. Invisibility. Or he's alive and you're not. You can see me. I'm not alive. Not in the way you're thinking. Jake paused. Wait, are you saying you're dead too? I transitioned 23 years ago. Car accident. I was a marathon runner, training for Boston. Didn't see the red light. And you've been, what? Hanging around as a ghost for 23 years? Not a ghost, a spiritual guide. I help people like you adjust to the transition. There's no transition to adjust to. I'm wearing a suit with invisibility technology. Carmen sighed. Jake, that suit is from a discount sports website. The Japanese technology is marketing copy. It's just polyester and nylon. Lies. Check the tag. Jake looked down at his suit, tried to find the tag. His fingers went through the fabric. See, he said triumphantly. I can't even touch it because it's quantum locked to my body. Or because you're no longer physical and the suit is part of your spiritual self-image. That doesn't even make sense. Jake. Carmen's voice became gentle. I know this is hard. I know you don't want to believe it, but I need to show you something. She gestured for him to follow. Jake hesitated, but curiosity, or maybe fear, made him comply. Carmen led him through the city, back toward 5th and Madison. Why are we going here? Jake asked. You need to see. They arrived at the intersection. It was cordoned off. Police tape, skid marks on the pavement, flowers someone had already left. This is where it happened, Carmen said quietly. Jake stared at the flowers, at the makeshift memorial. For me, he whispered. Yes. But that was just this morning. People move fast when someone dies tragically, especially someone young. Jake walked closer, read the messages on the cards attached to the flowers. R.I.P. Jake. Gone too soon. Fly high, brother. His hands were shaking. This doesn't prove anything. Maybe people think I'm dead, but I'm not. I'm here. Come with me, Carmen said. She led him to the hospital. Jake's stomach, or whatever he had instead of a stomach, twisted with dread. They walked through the emergency room doors, past nurses and doctors, down hallways that smelled of antiseptic and fear, into the morgue. No, Jake said. I'm not going in there. You need to see. I don't need to see anything. But Carmen had already walked through the door, And despite himself, Jake followed. The morgue was cold. Clinical, steel tables, bright lights. And on one of the tables, covered with a white sheet, was a body. Carmen pulled back. The sheet. Jake looked at his own face, his own body. Pale. Still. The cycling suit cut away by paramedics. Blood cleaned, but bruises visible. Dead. No, Jake whispered. That's not... He reached out to touch the body. His hand went through it. That's me, he said, voice breaking. That's really me. Yes. Jake stumbled backward. His mind was reeling. Fragments of the morning flashing through his memory. The crash, the impact, the sudden silence. Waking up, but not waking up. Being invisible, but not invisible. I died, he said numbly. I died in a bike accident wearing a $300 suit. Yes, the suit didn't protect me. No, the suit didn't give me superpowers. No. Jake looks down at himself, at the suit he was still wearing, the neon green accents that had seemed so impressive this morning. I'm such an idiot, he said quietly. You're not an idiot. You're human. We're human. You believed what you wanted to believe. I spent 3 months saving for this stupid suit. It's not stupid if it made you happy. I was happy for like 20 minutes. Then I died. Carmen put a hand on his shoulder. He could feel it. The first solid contact since the accident. Jake, I know this hurts. I know it's unfair. You had plans, dreams, a whole life ahead of you. I hadn't even asked Emma out yet, Jake said, tears streaming down his face, tears he didn't think he could still cry. I was going to do it next week, after I got more confident, after I got in better shape, after I don't know, after I became someone worth dating. You were already someone worth dating. Apparently not worth staying alive for. They stood in silence for a moment, Jake crying, Carmen waiting. Finally, Jake wiped his eyes. So what happens now? Do I just cease to exist? Is there a white light? Do I get judged by some cosmic entity? Nothing that dramatic, Carmen said with a small smile. You have choices. But first, you need to let go of your physical life. Say goodbye. To who? My body? To your life, your plans, your assumptions about how things were supposed to go. Jake looked at his body one more time. This really sucks, he said. I know. Is there any chance this is a really elaborate prank? No. Worth asking. Carmen took Jake to a quiet park, the same park he'd been cycling toward when the accident happened. It was evening now, the sun was setting, golden light filtered through the trees. They sat on a bench or floated near one. Jake still wasn't used to the physics of being dead. So, Jake said, what's the deal? Do I haunt my family? Get revenge on the truck driver? Become a poltergeist? Carmen laughed. Is that really what you want? I don't know what I want. I'm 19. I'm supposed to have decades to figure that out. You do have decades, just not in the way you expected? Jake looked at her. What do you mean? Carmen settled into explanation mode. Okay, quick crash course on being dead. Pun intended? Always, she smiled. First, you're not a ghost in the Halloween sense. You're a spiritual being in transition. Your physical body stopped, but your consciousness, your soul, if you prefer, continues. Where? Right here, but on a different frequency. Think of it like radio stations. The physical world is one station. The spiritual world is another. You've just changed channels. Can I change back? No. Your physical body is done. That channel is closed. Jake absorbed this. So, what's the point? If I can't interact with the living, can't eat, can't sleep, can't do anything, what am I supposed to do? Learn, grow, heal, prepare. Prepare for what? Your next life. Jake blinked. Wait, are you saying reincarnation is real? Very real. You'll return to Earth eventually, in a new body, with a new family, new challenges, new opportunities to grow. When? That's up to you. Could be months, could be years, could be centuries by Earth time. Time works differently here. And what do I do in the meantime? Whatever you need to do. Some people need to heal from traumas. Some need to study and learn. Some need to let go of attachments. Jake thought about this. Attachments like my cycling suit? Carmen smiled. Exactly like that. But I'm still wearing it. because part of you is still attached to it, to what it represented. The idea that spending money on the right thing would make you better, more valuable, more worthy. Jake looked down at the suit. The neon green accents seemed dimmer now, less impressive. I really thought it would change my life, he admitted, and it did, just not the way you expected. That's not funny. It's a little funny. Despite himself, Jake smiled. Maybe a little. They sat in companionable silence for a while, watching the sunset, watching the living world continue without them. Can I see my family? Jake asked eventually. Yes, but they won't see you. Can I don't know, send them messages? Let them know I'm okay? You can try, sometimes it works, usually through dreams or signs, but it's not easy. I want to try, Carmen nodded. Then we'll go see them. But Jake, you need to understand something. They're going to grieve. They're going to hurt. And you can't fix that. All you can do is send love and hope they feel it. That sucks. Death often does for the living. What about for the dead? Carmen considered. It's different. For us, death is a transition, a graduation almost. We move forward, but for those left behind, it feels like an ending, like something was stolen from them. Was it? Stolen from me? That's a question you'll spend a long time thinking about. Was your life cut short? Or did you live exactly as long as you needed to for this particular journey? I'm 19, I barely lived at all. And yet, in 19 years, you learned about friendship, work, saving money, making goals, disappointment, joy. You fell in love, even if you never told her. You experienced beauty, effort, hope. And then I died wearing expensive spandex? Well, nobody's death is perfect. Jake laughed, actually laughed. I think I'm going to be okay, he said, eventually. You will. It takes time, but you will. Jake looked at Carmen. Thank you for being patient with me, for not giving up when I was being an idiot about the suit. I've seen worse. Once guided a guy who thought he was a vampire for 3 weeks. Seriously? Dead serious, she winked. That's a death joke. I got it. They stood up, ready to move forward. Carmen? Jake asked. Can I ask you something? Of course. Do you miss it? Being alive? Carmen thought for a moment. Sometimes, I miss running. The feeling of pushing my body to its limits. The endorphins. The achievement. But I don't miss the constant striving. The feeling that I was never enough. That I always needed to be faster, stronger, better. Death taught me that I was always enough. Just as I was. Jake nodded slowly. I spent 3 months saving for a suit because I thought it would make me enough. And what do you think now? I think I was already enough. I just didn't know it. Carmen smiled. Now you're getting it. Carmen took Jake to his family's house. His mom was in the living room. Red eyes, tissues everywhere. Photo albums spread across the coffee table. Pictures of Jake, baby pictures, school pictures, birthday pictures, his whole life in photographs. His dad sat next to her, silent, hand on her shoulder, trying to be strong. Jake's younger sister, Maya, was in her room, headphones on, crying quietly. This is the hardest part, Carmen said softly, watching them hurt. Jake stood in the doorway, wanting to go to them, wanting to say something, anything. I'm sorry, he whispered. I'm so sorry I left you. His mom's head turned slightly, like she'd heard something. Did she? Jake asked. Maybe, Carmen said. Sometimes love creates a bridge. Keep talking. Jake knelt beside his mom. Mom, I'm here. I'm okay. I promise I'm okay. His mom's hand went to her heart, like she felt something. I love you, Jake said. Tell Maya I love her. Tell Dad. Tell everyone. His mom wiped her eyes, took a shaky breath, and spoke to his dad. I felt something, like he was here. His dad nodded. I believe you. Jake smiled through tears. She felt it. She really felt it. He went to Maya's room, sat on her bed. She was looking at her phone, at pictures of them together. Hey, Maya, Jake said. I know you can't hear me, but I'm proud of you. You're going to do amazing things. Don't let my death make you afraid to live, okay? Promise me. Maya put down her phone, looked around the room, like she sensed a presence. Jake, she whispered, If you're here, I'm going to miss you so much. I know, I'll miss you too. But I'm going to make you proud, I promise. You already do. Maya wiped her eyes, took a deep breath, and smiled. Just a little. Jake turned to Carmen. I think I'm ready. Ready for what? To move on, to whatever comes next. Carmen nodded. Are you sure? No, but I don't think I'm supposed to be sure. Wise answer. They left the house, walked through the neighborhood. Everything looked different now, more vivid, more meaningful. What happens now? Jake asked. Now we go to the spiritual plane. There are places there, communities, people who'll help you adjust, learn, grow. Will I see you again? If you want to, I'll be around. What about my suit? Jake looked down at himself, and the cycling suit was still there, but it looked different now, faded, like it was slowly dissolving. It's letting go, Carmen said, as you let go of what it represented. Jake watched as the neon green accents dimmed, as the fabric became translucent. I really did think it would make me special, he said. You were always special. The suit was just fabric. $300 of fabric. Expensive fabric. Jake laughed. The suit dissolved completely. He looked down at himself. Just his regular clothes now. Jeans, t-shirt. The outfit he'd been wearing under the suit. Better? Carmen asked. Yeah. Actually, yeah. She held out her hand. Ready? Jake took it. Felt the warmth. The connection. One more question, he said. Sure. Will I remember this? When I come back? When I reincarnate? Not consciously, but the lessons stay with you. Deep down, you'll carry them forward. So I'll know not to waste money on expensive clothes? Carmen grinned. Something like that. A doorway appeared, made of soft, warm light. Colors Jake didn't have names for. Beautiful. Inviting. Is that your next chapter? Jake looked back at the world one more time. At the city he'd grown up in. The streets he'd cycled. The life he'd lived. Goodbye, he whispered. Then he stepped forward, into the light, into whatever came next. And as he crossed over, he felt something he hadn't felt in his entire 19 years. Complete, enough, exactly as he was. Back on Earth, in a house in the suburbs, Jake's mom woke from a dream. In the dream, Jake had been smiling, wearing his regular clothes, looking peaceful. I'm okay, Mom, he'd said, I promise. She woke with tears on her face, but also a strange sense of peace. Her son was gone, but somehow, impossibly, she knew he was okay. And in the spiritual realm, Jake began his new journey, learning, growing, healing, preparing for the next life, the next chance, the next adventure, and he never wasted money on expensive cycling suits again. Well, not in that form anyway. Thank you for listening to Jake's story, to his absurd death, his stubborn denial, and his eventual acceptance. If you've ever bought something, thinking it would change you, thinking it would make you better, thinking it would make you enough, Jake's story is for you. We're already enough, just as we are. Death teaches us that, but we don't have to wait until death to learn it. If this story made you laugh or made you think, please subscribe. We have more stories like this, more spirits discovering they've crossed over, more patient mentors guiding them home. New episodes every Wednesday and Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And remember, you don't need a $300 suit to be special. You already are.